The house was filled with the warm scent of pine and cinnamon. Molly and Gavin were busy hanging sparkling ornaments on the tall green tree. Molly looked at Gavin and said, "Long ago, before Christmas trees had lights." Gavin reached for a heavy ornament shaped like a wooden star. Molly continued, "Before gifts came in shiny boxes, and before Santa ever rode a sleigh." Snow barked softly at the twinkling lights. Molly sat down on the rug and opened a large old book. "Christmas began with something very small," she read. Gavin leaned in close to see the pictures of stars and stables. Snow rested his chin on Molly's knee. Molly whispered, "So small, most people almost missed it." Molly pointed to a drawing of a quiet town under a blanket of stars. How Christmas started. More than 2,000 years ago, in a quiet town, something extraordinary happened. Not in a palace, not with fireworks, not with crowds cheering, Molly read, pointing to a humble stable. Gavin looked at the picture and whispered, "But in a simple place with a baby." Molly turned the page. That baby was born on a cold night, wrapped in cloth and laid gently in a manger because there was no room anywhere else. No gold cribs, no fancy blankets, just love, warmth, and hope. And that's how Christmas began. Who noticed first? Here's the funny part. The first people to hear the news weren't kings or important leaders. They were shepherds, regular people watching sheep in the dark. Suddenly, the sky lit up, and they were told, "This baby is special. He came to bring love, peace, and kindness to the world." The shepherds ran, not because they were told to, but because good news makes you want to share it. And then came the star. Far away, wise travelers noticed something strange. A star, not an ordinary star, but one that seemed to say, "Something important is happening." So they followed it, not because they had to, but because hope is hard to ignore. They brought gifts, not because the baby needed them, but because giving is a way of saying, "You matter." Molly looked at the presents under their own tree. So why do we celebrate Christmas? That's the part people still ask today. Is it about presents, trees, lights, cookies? Well, those are fun, but Christmas is really about something deeper. Christmas reminds us that big love can come from small beginnings. Kindness matters. Everyone belongs. Helping others is the greatest gift. Hope can shine even in dark times. That baby grew up teaching people to love one another, forgive, help the poor, care for the lonely, and choose kindness, even when it's hard. The true secret of Christmas. Here's the secret most people forget. You don't need a star to follow. You don't need gold to give. You don't need perfect decorations. Every time you share, help, forgive, listen, care, you're celebrating Christmas. And that's why we still celebrate, not just one day a year, but every time we choose love over anger, kindness over fear, and hope over darkness, because that's how Christmas started. And that's how it continues, through us. And that's why Christmas isn't just something we celebrate, it's something we live.